Hi, I'm Rob, and today we're at the Cormorant in Porchester. Nice historic walk, nice waterside walk. Let's go. So opposite the Cormorant is the old bakehouse in Porchester, and this is Castle Street. And Castle Street's a Georgian street with a lot of historic buildings. There is the odd blue plaque here and there. We'll see if we can fish one out and have a see who lived there. So we're walking up past the little triangle of green with the tree towards the castle. Well, so there's another bakery, the Castle Bakery, as was. Okay for their buns here, won't they? Anyway, we carry on forward past Waterside Lane. So there's been a fortification here since the 3rd century, since the Romans. In the Notitia Dinitatum there was noted Portus Aderni, which was a string of castles or fortifications along the south coast, and Porchester was one of them. So the Saxons were waiting for their opportunity to invade, and in 500 AD they invaded, and this was called in Saxon tongue Portus Ceaster, which means the fortress by the port. 10th century, Edward the Elder, a Saxon, he turned it into a burh. Now a burh is a Saxon chain of defences, another name for a castle if you like. That was to defend against the Vikings who were raiding liberally along the south coast. 1120, Henry I built a castle and a church in the Roman walls, and then Henry VIII used it in the 100 Years' Wars against the French. Anyway, we'll go into the castle. You can walk through the castle, it's fine, but if you want to visit the inside, then it's English heritage and you have to pay, unless you're a member of course. So we're inside the castle now. As I say, you can come in here for free. That's the church that Henry I built over there. And those walls were originally built about 285, they're the Roman walls over there, original ones. But we're actually today, because we're members, we're going to have a look inside the castle and explore a bit on this walk. And if you want to do that, then you have to be a member or pay a small charge. I think it's only about £7 or so. So in we go. So we're going into the Bailey. As ever with COVID, it's a one-way system. And we go this way, up the outside steps. So, oh wow. So in the 100 Years' War, Henry VIII used this castle against the French. It was a defence against the French. And later on we went into the Civil War, and it was held by the parliamentarians. Now you would have seen on the boards around the castle talk about prisoners of war. In the 1660s we were at war with the Dutch, and the castle held Dutch prisoners of war. And then in the remainder of the 16th and 17th century, the prisoners would have been French. And they used to sleep on straw blankets, and it must have been a very chilly, cold existence. But anyway, we'll keep on looking around. So this is a little memorial to the black prisoners here. They were slaves of the French basically, and fought for the French, came from the Caribbean, and they too were imprisoned just like the European prisoners. Now we can't go under the battlements unfortunately, they've been closed because again of this COVID, But if you look out the window, there's a magnificent view over Portsmouth Harbour, and that's Gosport and the Isle of Wight in the background. Also nice views down onto the other castle buildings. And of course some of the graffiti's a lot newer. So after a very brief visit, it's time to go down the old spiral staircase and make our exit and continue the walk. It wasn't all dour. The prisoners actually created a theatre here for their entertainment. So, we've got an English heritage guide. What's your name, sir?
Bob.
Bob. Same as me, I'm a Rob, but not a Bob. Anyway, it's very interesting, the prisoner of war tales here. So, what do you know about the prisoners of war that were in here?
There was about 6,000 prisoners here at one time. They had the Anglo-Dutch wars, of course. They had prisoners here. The Dutch prisoners here weren't very satisfied with their rations, so they set fire to the church. So, as far as the Dutch prisoners are concerned, I'm not going to give any information because I don't want to give you false information on them. But I do know they definitely did burn the church. However, we had a lot of prisoners during the Napoleonic Wars, and Napoleon had done away with slavery about that time. So out in the Balearic Islands, the Caribbean, a lot of the free men joined the French army. A lot of the people there were free people anyway, and they joined up. And of course, eventually our people overran the castle, the whole garrison surrendered, and they captured 7,000. Out of the 7,000 prisoners, there were 2,080 black people sent here, 333 whites, and 99 women and children. So, as we say, the prisoners came here, the women and children, as I say, there were 2,080 blacks, 333 whites, and 92 women and children. The women and children weren't kept here. They were sent over to Fort in Gosport. It was a big prison, but they had a big hospital ward there, and that's where they housed them.
So this is the 12th century Church of St Mary's, and that was built in Henry I's reign, right up against the Roman fortifications, which are these walls down here. Okay, so it's this coronavirus COVID nonsense again. Normally you can walk straight out through this arch and turn right to continue the walk, but what we're going to have to do is go back out the main entrance and follow around the edge of the castle, which of course will be an option for you. So walked out of the castle and we're going to go through this gap here and walk around the edge of the castle. As I say, normally, what is normal anymore, but when it's not COVID, you can go straight down the middle and you can go out of that gate at the bottom, which incidentally, our friend Bob informed me that King Henry went out of that gate to Agincourt. So you'd be treading in the footsteps of kings, but not today because it's locked. Imagine if it was locked then, we'd have never have won the Battle of Agincourt. So the moat's a bit dry at the moment. Anyway, you follow the castle round, and we're going to pick up on the path that runs down there to the sea. If you need blue, they're on the left. That's Porchester Sailing Club, and you walk out onto the path here. And follow down this way. So that's Portsdown Hill over there, and that looks like a warship on top of the hill. It's actually where they developed the radar for the modern warship, so that's kind of a replica of the radar setup on a modern warship. Portsmouth Harbour, of course, is the home of the Royal Navy, and in medieval times, it was Porchester that was home of the Royal Navy. As I said before, they headed off for Agincourt from here, and many of their wooden sailing ships sailed off to war. The same as in the distance there you can see one of the new aircraft carriers, Prince of Wales or the Queen Elizabeth. Now Portsmouth Harbour is divided into a series of lakes, and the ones we're going to pass today is Lake, which is there, and then we'll come across the Bombketch Lake, which is a little further on. Now Bombketch was a name given to a wooden sailing ship that didn't have cannons or guns. It actually had mortars, and the mortars were used to bombard landward targets. That was a bombketch. Why it's called Bombketch Lake I don't know. Maybe there were bombketches moored out there, maybe they scrapped them and left them out there, I don't know. But anyway, you move on from Bombketch Lake and we'll be passing Spider Lake. No idea why it's called Spider Lake, and eventually onto Fareham Lake. That's so sad. Someone was obviously married in the castle, and their wife is obviously clearly departed. Very sad. So some of the Portsmouth landmarks there. You can see the sails at the south there, fairly modern sculpture. There's Pound's scrapyard there as you move around when they scrap the ships. See St Mary's Church Tower. And eventually the Spinnaker Tower. Now these three masts are actually leading light transits for the carriers when they come in. So leaving the castle walls behind, take the footpath out around the edge of the harbour. You're all right along here except very, very high tides. As you can see from the seawall and the bits of seaweed there, you do get the water come up here, as I say, at high tide. So if you time your walk differently, you can pick your way around the back through the bushes and things. A path leads around there, but thought we'd do the beach path today as it's lovely. Otherwise you'd be coming down from there, join up with the footpath. May not be able to see that little island over there. That is Peewit, and that's looked after by the Hampshire and Isle of Wight Wildlife Trust. So hiya mate, what are you up to then?
Just digging for a bit of lugworm, to be fair, bud.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's that for, bait for the old fishing, eh?
Yeah, for the old fishing, nice. Good little bit of ground here. There's loads of lugworms here.
Oh, smashing.
It's quite
yeah.
rich ground here, so.
And what sort of fish would you attract with lugworm then?
Sort of cod, flounder, plaice.
Oh, right.
Whiting, loads of things really. Most fish eat lugworm.
Most fish will have it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh, cheers. Well, thanks very much for that, mate.
That's all right, mate.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you, and you. And carry on along the path. This lovely harbour to the left, and there's houses really close up and tight to the right. Not sure what this is. Very pretty flowers on it. Dog rose or something maybe. Another play area for the kids, well sorted for play areas. glass embankment. It's because the Royal Navy munitions are on site. And that throbby diesel is one of the police boats that patrol the harbour. So there's a bit of motocross going on somewhere. So you can get refreshments at the boatyard there. But the walk itself carries on down here. Munching on then, boy. Grass, you daft fool. So through here you come out onto what's called the Wicker Path. Now it's called the Wicker Path because it led to Wicker Mill, and the path was used by corn merchants that unloaded their goods down at Porchester, and was brought along the Wicker Path to the Wicker Mill. Now, it's still maintained its name, still maintains some beauty, until of course we get back into the houses in a minute, but there's some lovely secluded spots on this walk as well. He's eating all that short grass. There's a big bale of hay over there. Look, a couple of bales of hay. Ooh, that's a little bit exotic. Got no idea what that is. Anybody know? Leave a comment if you do. Look at this hawthorn, absolutely laden with the beautiful red berries. Again, lots of blackberries, but they are starting to go over, some of them. Here we go, back into civilization again. It's always something to see though, even if it's not countryside. It's nice to admire people's gardens. Nice palm tree there, cherry tree behind. One life, live it and all that. Looky, look at this. 1963. Gorgeous landing. That's a lovely garden. Beautiful. Just thinking, growing up on a council estate, you used to see a lot of that type of hedge. I don't know what that plant is, but you don't see it very often now. Although where I grew up it was like this. Privet was king. Privet hedges everywhere. And when you reach Kent Grove you carry on between the houses. So we're heading back towards the castle again, as you can see. And we're carrying on straight up Mrs. Merton Crescent. And we turn left into Merton Avenue. It's nice, it's like a shepherd's hut someone's built, very nice. And at the junction, Porchester Community School in front of us. We turn right. And when you reach number 71, we turn down this little alleyway here, which is a a right of way, and this will take us up into Porchester town centre. So the path runs alongside the school. A lovely school grounds crying out for kids to be playing football on. But all these big fences these days. We used to play football over Quilly and Peverell's fields on the weekends and the evenings. Can't be done these days, unfortunately. Cross the road and keep going forward. So at the back of the shops in the town centre, a little bit difficult to spot first off, but you come out and the footpath continues down between the shops to come out onto the main road. I don't bring on walks like this very often, do I? This beats the power station. And voila! Porchester town village centre. We turn right, heading down into the main shopping area. Past the library and health centre. Past Poundwise Porchester. You can't buy a compost bin for £1, surely not. No. Crikey, that Christmas tree, 60 quid. And the car cabin over there. Everything you need in a little town centre, really. Card shop, Save the Children, carpet gallery, Sue Ryder, the coffee cup, Betfred, and la piste de la Resistance, Iceland. Well catered for if you want a compost stroke bonfire bin. And a bit of la French, la boulangerie. You've got spare 50p for the card factory. And this road here is Castle Street again. Now if you want to cheat and you don't want the industrial and waterside delights that I'm about to show you on the next part of the walk, then you can go straight down Castle Street and that will take you back to the Cormorant. So we're going to make a little detour, initially through an industrial estate, but then it goes on the waterside again. So we're going to cross the road here and continue for a very short while along the main road. That's the trouble when you get one of those for a post box, people put post in it. At least they've painted it black so people don't mistake it. Anyway, this is the A27. This, believe it or not, was the main South Coast road before the motorway. Just imagine the volume of traffic. So at the sign of the Quick Fit and the Lidl, we're going to turn right onto the Castle Trading Estate. I bet you all can't wait. I've got a feeling this SMR building used to be Britax, the car seat people. I have vague recollections of it. That little low building there was Collinson's Rubber Company, which I have very strong memories of. Oh, you got a big yank. Very nice. Mr. Ward will immediately know what this is. I, on the other hand, have to look at the back and it's a Chrysler 5th Avenue, which I've never heard of before. Very American. So just follow the road round, you see the big cable drums there. And there's Novatech. Make very good computers. So that used to be Vosper Thornycroft's, and they used to repair boats and things there. It's Trafalgar Wharf. It's a big dry stack now where they stack up boats on shelves and things. But there's Magma cables in this bit. It's a big cable drum. So at the side of the cable drum, we head off down this path. So here's the reason for the trip through the industrial estate. We're walking waterside again, although the tide is well out. That isn't grass, that's seaweed. And we're following the path along the seawall back towards the castle. So we've a couple of bird watchers. The best thing they've seen today is a kingfisher, but the thing they're most chuffed about is
Mr. Rat!
brilliant.
He looks so cute.
That's great. So what else apart from the kingfisher do you get here now? See, there's egret down
Yeah,
there.
the egret.
All the seabirds.
All the seabirds, yeah.
Yeah, and we see the kestrel over the castle.
Uh-huh.
And the
Really
lady
about
just
it.
told us there's a buzzard living in the forest,
Oh, right. Oh, excellent.
but we haven't seen him.
No. Oh, let's hope you do. Have a good
Yes,
day.
thank you, you too.
Take care.
And we meet
Oh.
lots of nice people.
Yeah, that's true. And then you went and met me.
Oh, no, you too.
You can see these old wrecks and you wonder what on earth they were. You know, what was their life story? Where did they sail? What did they carry? Carry on up the path. There's another lovely little park there, so if you're bringing your kids on this walk, it's not a very long walk, it's a nice walk, lots of interest and lots of parks as well, so and visit a castle, go in the park, have a whale of a time. And most of it is buggy friendly, just one or two kissing gates. So lots of options. You can go back that way to the pub, you can go across the field back towards the castle, or you can carry on the coast path, which is what we'll do because I love the sea, even when the tide's out. So we've been along the seawall. You can continue around and to the back of the castle, but we're going to come off now and we're going to go down to the bit of parkland and cut across into the castle car park. There we belong. Then we go for the shallowest bit of slope where the man and his wife and the dogs are going. So I've just noticed on this unassuming building there's a blue plaque. Ah, so it was the gunpowder store. It dates from 1750. Sensibly, it was built away from the castle walls. Similar in design to some of the stores in Her Majesty's dockyards. So we walk out of the car park. There's always a Mr. Whippy over there. And we'll pass the castle. So along the side of the castle, remember the old castle bakery on the road there? We turn right and we head back up to the Cormorant. Okay, so here we are, we're back at the Cormorant again. That's a great little walk, 4.5, 5 miles depending on which app you believe. Lots of interesting people, lots of history. It was great. I liked it. Sue, my wife, who's doing the filming here, liked it. If you liked it, like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.